What's up, YouTube? Denise here, aka West Coast Rust, coming at you for a 5-week RNY post-op gastric bypass update, or something like that. Today is Friday, the 12th of April, and I am so glad it's Friday. Been working full-time this week, gonna work full-time next week, and I'm not used to working full-time, and it shows, especially in my habits during the week. But I'll get to that. My highest recorded weight a couple of years ago was 289. My weight the day I joined the bariatric program, when I began to change my habits on December 7th, was 264. And my surgery day weight was 247. And I came at you last week, I was 228, and then I did my 1 month surgiversary video, and I was 224.5. And today, 5 weeks out, I am still 224.5, and I'm okay with that. It's a 3.5 pound loss since the last weigh-in last Friday, and I'm sure that doing some flushing, I did a good 3 or 4 days of really heavy water. And that's when I saw the weight loss happen real fast, like literally in 2 or 3 days, I saw a loss of the 3.5 pounds. And so I'm really happy that I was able to keep that off, and it wasn't just my body. I do still feel like I'm a bit dehydrated. I've barely been making my 64 ounces these last 3 days that I've been working. It's been really hard to get the fluids in while I'm working. I'm just super busy doing two people's jobs, and it is what it is. Mama said there'd be days like this, and there is, and this is life. So I'm not really that worried about it, and I'm actually really pleased to have a 3.5 pound loss. Yeah, it would be great if it was 5 or 6, but I didn't gain. I kept off a loss from a couple of days ago, and so I can't complain, really. That means, as I said in my 1 month surgery video, I've lost 39.5 pounds total, and 22.5 in 5 weeks with my RNY. So that's great. There's nothing wrong with those numbers. I also have not been able to exercise nearly as much because, frankly, I'm exhausted when I get home, and I have not had the motivation. So I'm hoping to find that motivation really soon, and get back on my bike or something. So there's a few things that I wanted to talk about 5 weeks out. One is that I definitely believe that I have I've adapted patterns of behavior and changed the way I've been eating and everything, and I really feel comfortable about how much protein I'm getting in every day. I even feel comfortable with the fluids, although I think I could get in more, and I think it would be beneficial to get in more water. I also, the last few days, stopped drinking tea, and I wasn't getting as many fluids in because of that, and I'll get to the why I think that is. So I want to say that today, before my dinner, I had my lowest blood sugar yet in 8 years. I have not had a blood sugar this low unless it was caused from like glipizide or something that causes your pancreas to produce, and I would be producing too much and become hypoglycemic. And before dinner tonight, I was 83, and I actually had a really substantial lunch. I mean, for me, I had kind of a smorgasbord lunch. I had a Laughing Cow cheese, the garlic and herb. I had 20 grams of turkey pepperoni, and I also actually had a little bit of chicken, maybe half an ounce of some dark meat chicken that I had. And I just, took my time over about half an hour, 40 minutes, and ate it. And I thought that would be, I would be a solid number when I tested before dinner, and I was actually pretty low. Surprising that I didn't feel shaky at 83, because pre-surgery 83 was a real rocky area. I would have the shakes, tingles, headache. It would just not be good. I'd be headed down a bad path. So that's a good thing, because it means my body's getting used to running lower, and I'm thankful for that. I have my cheat sheet on a used envelope, because I'm not granola or anything, but it's nice to do that. So there's one thing I wanted to talk about with my pouch, and I don't know if other sleevers noticed this, but let me talk about Tiny. Tiny doesn't seem to be able to fit as much in the morning as she can in the afternoon or the evening. I don't know why that is. I don't know if just not eating all night causes her to shrink a little or what, but she just really can't get as much in the morning. I've kind of been sticking to having yogurt in the morning because I can get the full 6-ounce yogurt in, and it's 9 grams of protein, and I know I get more protein if I have chicken or something like that, but I don't want to eat canned chicken for the rest of my life. I want to eat other proteins. Also, I've noticed that when I'm drinking warm fluids, I seem to be able to get in a lot more, a lot faster than when I'm drinking cold fluids. So just over the last couple weeks, I've begun to be able to drink water, ice water, without feeling nauseous. And I was in the beginning feeling a bit nauseous. And Tiny wouldn't let me take in too much water at one time. But it seems to be getting better, so, you know, that's good. The next thing I want to talk about, and I know this is total rambling, I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. I'm exhausted from work. The next thing that I wanted to talk about, and I'm sure others are really starting to come into this as well now that we're 5 weeks out, is the mind game. So let's talk about this mind game that we go through. Throw my bra. So when I'm sitting there eating, and I'm eating slow, because that's what we're supposed to do, I noticed that when Tiny's done, Denise is not done. So I'll get that initial, you know, you're starting to get full feeling, and I'll wait a little bit, and then I really want to have more of whatever it is. I feel like I've just not even eaten very much, especially if it's really dense protein. And that really messes with me. It really messes with me. It makes me, for a brief second, I feel not remorseful about having the surgery or anything, but I feel like I mourn the food then. Because to me, it seems like, okay, I've adopted these healthier habits by not eating all of these carbs and not even tasting anything. You know, I haven't had any, the only thing I've had is sugar-free pudding that wouldn't be considered on my dietitian's program. And occasionally I have it, not very often. Never more than one a day either. But I find myself saying, wait a minute, I have chosen not to eat all these other things that are all around me. And yet, stupid Tiny can't give a little and just let me have a little bit more of something that I can have. Like today when I had the turkey pepperoni, it was very low in fat and it really tasted good and it was spicy, and I really like spicy now. Way more than I think I did prior to surgery, just because I need some way to make food more desirable in my mind. And so Tiny and I have this battle of, you know, I'm not finished. Well, yes I am, but no I'm not. But yes I am. So, you know, we're working on that. And, you know, sugar-free popsicles are my friend, thank goodness. And I'm out right now, but I'm not going to send my husband to the store, you know, late. But, yeah. And also, I've been having a lot of temptation at work, an insane amount. Today the drug rep came and brought Starbucks and all the Starbucks pastries you can dream of, which I love. And then yesterday we had somebody come at lunchtime and they brought Subway, all these sub sandwiches, one of those big platters, an entire box full of different varieties of cookies that were like this big around, and all these potato chips. And I sat with everyone else at lunchtime at my work and ate my, you know, 3 ounces of canned chicken. Or like today, that was this morning when the drug rep came with the pastries. But yeah, I know that nothing tastes as good as being healthier and skinnier will feel. But yeah, it is starting to wear on me a little bit. I think it happens to everybody. I know it's not just me. I've seen the other videos of folks, and I know they're going through it. But so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I have my first support group meeting tomorrow since my surgery, and I'm really looking forward to it. I have a girlfriend coming, my college roommate. She's going to join me. She really wants to have the surgery, but she's right on the cusp of needing it as far as her weight goes and qualifying. She almost needs to gain 10 pounds so that she can have the surgery. Then, of course, it would be the cost of coming up with $5,000, which is what it would cost her to get the surgery. So, anyway. Yeah, so, things are going really well. I'm really motivated by watching people. Super happy that my surgery sister, Ginger Mama VSG, Stephanie, lost 6 pounds this week and that the scale finally moved for her. I am elated for you. I have been thinking of you all week long, and for the last few weeks, watching you go through the struggle that you've been going through. I've been going through it with you. I mean, as far as my heart goes out to you, and I just wanted to remind folks that sometimes the scale might not move at all, and sometimes the scale might only move 1 pound. And I'll tell you, the first time my scale moved only 1 pound in a week, I was really, really distraught initially. Now, 5 weeks out, I didn't lose anything since Monday, and that's okay with me. It's fine. I'll lose next week, and if I don't, well, it won't be because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to. I could certainly help it out. And I really loved the recent video by Miss Sasha LaRue, because she talked about kind of how Kel, Simply When Kel thinks, and that's if you look back on what you consider a stall, were there things that you did, that you had, that you drank, that you ate, that really maybe contributed to the fact that the scale didn't move? And for me, maybe it was not having as much fluid. Maybe it was that I didn't work out this week. I mean, I wouldn't say that it was a stall by any means. No, I didn't lose anything in the last 5 days, but it's fine. I'm super happy, though, for the folks who are still losing very rapidly. I think it's great. I think I'm losing size-wise, too, though. I don't think that it's just the scale. So I continue to have a really great support system. I hope that everyone out there who's having surgery or considering it make sure that they do have a good support system, because I have a great one at work. My husband is super supportive, and my family's been on board since before I had my surgery. So, things are going really well for me. It's, yeah, they're going pretty good, Things are becoming really routine now, really mundane, and that's probably why my videos have also become very mundane, because things don't change a whole lot. I pretty much eat the same foods off and on. I'm looking forward to seeing the dietitian on the 25th of April, because I really do want to talk about, what can I do to broaden things without damaging the weight loss? What can I do to allow myself a little bit of something without damaging the weight loss? And she may say, you need to continue to do what you're doing. And if she says that, then I'll do it. So, anyway, that's where I'm at. This is life. We are living life every day. And my life apparently is very boring, because my videos are very boring now. And I just really haven't had a lot happen. Again, this week I had somebody tell me, I think the funniest thing that happened to me this week is that one gal, the dietitian educator, the diabetes educator at our hospital, she shares an office space around the corner from mine, so I see her often. And she said, Denise, one thing I have noticed about you since you started losing weight is that you're really short. And it makes you look more short, and it's only going to make you look even more short once you lose more weight. So, there you go. Can't get away from the fact that I'm 5'2". Whatever, it's fine. I'll deal with it. And the fact that they can recognize I'm losing weight makes everything worth it. So, I guess that's it for now. Things are going well, Tiny's handling everything. Only found one thing in 5 weeks Tiny didn't like, and it was pretty much just the cold medicine, the Dayquil, the liquid. So I hope everyone has a great evening and a great weekend, and I'm looking forward to my day tomorrow. And I will catch you guys all next week for my 6-week update. Looking forward to that. And want to say hey to Miss Free Spirited. Congratulations for going on the loser's bench. I see she's back home now. That's really great. Everything looks like it went well. And I hope anybody else who had surgery this week doing great. I hope there are no complications for you. Thanks for hanging out for over 14 minutes with me because I basically had nothing to say. I look forward to seeing your guys' videos, and we'll catch you later.